So I wanted to do my recap for Vampire Diaries, and I tried to do like the vampire thing above or under the eyes, but this just makes it look like I have a black eye going on. So I'm gonna take this off and we're gonna talk about the show. So basically, we'll start at this. It literally looks like I have a black eye. Like the lighting is horrible, and I can't do anything about it. The episode starts off with flashbacks with Liz, and she's like remembering Elena's accident. And basically, throughout the whole episode, she basically thinks that something crazy is going on with Elena's parents and all that. I'm not wearing any foundation in case you guys are worried about everything else looking horrible after this. But basically, she's like tripping out. She thinks that there was like something supernatural and that's why they died. Which, that's not the case. They died because it was an accident, which now that they said that, I feel like it's not an accident. And my favorite, okay, there was a lot of my favorite quotes. Okay, I think we're done. Are we done here? Okay. Basically, there was a lot of my favorite quotes in this episode. So the flashbacks in his accident, so sad. Liz is cleaning up all the boxes and she's going through all the open files. Jeremy wants to go to art school and they compel the principal, and it's like the principal's like, no, you kind of can't take him, like he kind of can't go anywhere. And I was like, we need him on TVD. And I thought it was hilarious. I could not pick a favorite quote because there were so many good ones. But I loved when he was like, he faked his death. And then Damon's like, actually, he didn't. We went to this island to look for this vampire thing. And then Elena's like, stop. I thought that was hilarious. He was like, oh, how did, like, they let me graduate already? And he's like, oh, yeah. He was fine with it. Yeah, we kind of helped. And I thought that was hilarious. The going away present under the cap was hilarious. It was a joint. And Damon gave it to Jeremy. And I thought that was hilarious that he's like, tell your sister and I'll kill you. And I was like, that's funny. Nobody's been smoking weed on that show for a while now. Like, I think the last time was Tyler and Jeremy together. Weren't they the ones smoking it? But I don't even remember. How awkward was it, Caroline trying to get Stefan's phone out of his, like, pocket? Like, it shouldn't have been that awkward, but it's Vampire Diaries. They make everything 10 times awkward. Damon and Liz, the open cases, that was hilarious. How he comes in there and tries to, like, help her. And he's like, I'll help you. We'll do this fast. This one is me. This one is me. Me. This one was Stefan. Wait, no. It was me. Me and me. So that was like hilarious that he was the one who did all the open files. And it's like, alright, we're done. And then it's Elena's, and like I explained how they thought that it was like something supernatural, but it wasn't. But now I'm kind of thinking it was. I don't know why. You know, it's like, it's just hilarious how she started smoking the joint with Jeremy. Like, I thought that was hilarious. There's no more fries. They didn't give us enough. You just finished them all. So I thought that was hilarious. I also really love this quote from Liz. I thought it was hilarious. She's like, I'm a terrible sheriff because my best friend is the criminal in all my open cases. So I thought that was hilarious. And she like said that Damon was her best friend. It was like really cute. I wrote down here, Enzo kidnaps Jeremy. Enzo runs over Matt. Enzo feeds vampire blood to Think and then runs off. They left that open. Like, what's her name? What is her name? Sarah Salvatore was just like, what just happened? He like runs off, and I was like so confused. I didn't understand any of that. I was really confused. Sterling was being all cute in the cabin, and they kissed, and it was like weird. I don't know what I feel about them yet, so I'm just kind of like. My problem with like Caroline is that it's like cute that she's with Stefan, but it's like Caroline's been with every guy on Vampire Diaries except for Jeremy. She's been with Damon. She's been with Matt, she's been with Tyler, she's been with Klaus. She even had a little fling thing going on with Enzo. So it's kind of weird. And now Stefan, so there's that. Alaric's like, I'm gonna take him to the airport, yep. And then I'm like really sad because we're never gonna see Jeremy again. And then I'm like, this isn't, they're like, the airport looks really packed. I'm like, that doesn't look like an airport. Mystic Falls must be a really weird place because that doesn't look like an airport. And then he's like, oh, just kidding, you're at a bus stop, here's a new address. You're gonna become a vampire hunter. And I'm just like, well, we might not be the end of him. Another really good quote that I loved was when Damon tells Liz, sometimes really terrible things happen to really extraordinary people. And I'm just like, it was just so cute. And then I loved when Liz was like, there's some sort of peace that I have that I'll be one of the only people in Mystic Falls to die ordinary. And I really loved that too, and I was crying horribly. Like, I couldn't even deal. I knew it was coming, so I was like crying. Caroline needs to know she was an extraordinary person, and it was meant to be ordinary. Like, she wasn't meant to be ordinary, she was meant to be extraordinary. And then Liz told Damon to write his eulogy, so I was like crying even more. Because Damon's like, I never got to, like, I was supposed to write my mom's, and I didn't even go to the funeral. And I was like, he's like, I didn't even get to say goodbye to my mom. And I was like crying, and then Caroline didn't get to say goodbye to her mom. But I loved how she got to, like, you know, remember when Rose and Damon did that? Like, he went to her gym and then he killed her, like, took her to the happiest memory. I love that because it was like him like saying, like, you can do it by yourself. One thing I want to know is, like, why did Stefan call Tyler? And he's like, you know, Liz is really bad and all that. I'm like, Tyler's like, I'm so sorry to say this because you guys know that Tyler was one of my favorite people on Vampire Diaries. But, like, so much that I could defend somebody who's like so irrelevant to the show now, which I hate saying that because Tyler is my favorite, and I blame the writers because I don't find it fair that they basically threw him under the bus. He's like nobody on the show now, and I hate that because I wish he had a better storyline on the show for them to be like, oh, he broke up with his girlfriend. He's like not okay with it. I'm like, when he broke up with Caroline, who was like much more important relationship, he was fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't fine, but you saw him on the show. So I hate that they just kind of like don't care about Tyler, so it pisses me off, but whatever. It's just kind of irrelevant that he called him, and Jeremy, you know, he's kind of gone forever, but I think he's going to come back eventually. Like, Steven's leaving the show, but like, I feel like they did it in a way that there's like that loophole that he could come back, so I really like that. And yeah, he might come back, and that's the end of the show. They turn off her machines, and Liz dies, and it's really, really sad, and my heart was broken over that. So now I want to know what you guys thought about the episode. Comment below your guys' favorite quotes. I couldn't pick one this week, so it really sucks because I always tell you guys what my favorite quote is. So I could not pick one this week. So let me know what your favorite quote is. Sorry, my makeup looks really dark. I tried to do the whole vampire thing. It didn't work. It looked like I had a red eye, black eye, red eye. I don't even know. So yeah, I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye, everyone.